McKeown. I'm the Technical Director of Portalis Limited. Portalis specialises in serialisation solutions and services. And we'll not talk too much about the company itself, but I want to talk about the whole area of serialisation, both in the pharma sector and in other sectors, and how it's affecting us and how we see benefits. Okay? So, a particular part of the results of application of serialisation is the access to access the unrealized value of serialisation within the supply chain. Right? And then I'll look at the future-proofing the company with success through exploitation of real-time data. Okay. Portalis Limited was set up in 2012 specifically for serialisation, the area of EU FMD and the global application of serialisation within the pharmaceutical sector. We didn't come from other sectors of vision controls or automation. We set this company up just for that, and to take in all aspects of serialisation, from the line manufacturing level, you see the diagram here, from the manufacturing level, from vision systems, control systems, line automation, upgrades, engineering, people, IT, right into the architecture, into the site server corporation, ERP, out into national and federal systems. So a holistic view and application of it. We engage with our clients and walk them right through it from where they may have some information, detailed capability. We fill in all the gaps and bring them right through to meet the EU FMD directive and other areas around the world. Okay? We provide a holistic and turnkey serialisation solution, including development, design, specification, engagement, procurement of equipment and selection of vendors, and implementation of projects both in installation and commissioning, right through to production support and building up the teams. So it's a hold the hand of the client. We operate and interact with many of the machine vendors around that operate in this sector, and also encourage other technology and bring it into the area. Okay, what is serialisation, track and trace? In simple, in the pharmaceutical sector, there is the EU directive, and it requires the application of a unique identifier. Right? And what this is, it's like giving a pack a passport. We all have a passport. The same thing with this, it gives each individual a folded carton a passport, which can be tracked throughout the supply chain. In the form, there's a structure and form required for the EU directive. It's a 2D data matrix code with 4 or 5 lines of text. A lot of it, the guidelines for this will come out from the likes of GS1. It's a good reference site to look at. Set the standards within the industry. This will give you more details on the structure of it. I won't go into it here because it's a whole section, it's a field in itself. Aggregation is where you take individual cartons that have been labelled and identified, and you put them into a parent-child relationship with the carrier case, being a box, so on and so forth, a bundle of cases. You can see the imagery here. So this is the individual child, with its own unique identifier. This is the bundle which would have another 2D data matrix application serial number, but when you scan that, you get all the details of the individual child items that were in the bundle. And that proceeds on to the case or multi-pack, and then on to the pallet. The pallet may not necessarily have a 2D code, it can have an SSC code, which is a flat 1D barcode. We're also seeing, not necessarily in pharma, but in other areas where the application of RFID tags. Now that's interesting. The use of RFID tags and near-field communication devices, basically what they are, it's a chip with an antenna on it that can interact when it has a pulse and store data. But it also opens up the realm of possibilities where you see things of, you heard of the Internet of Things and Industrial Red 4. You start looking at all these things that are happening around us in isolation. It's all starting to merge, and it gives us amazing opportunities. From a techie perspective, it's really exciting because it's all touch points of where packs are interacting with each other through the supply chain. And it allows us to capture all this information. It's really critical to capture it. It's real data for improving efficiencies, developing a product, tracking our product, and seeing what can be done with where the real information is. Now, that ties on. De-aggregation is just as important. Well, the aggregation is a way to ship it through supply chain. Deaggregation, what happens in the deaggregation? So where does it go? You created an individual, you put it all together to a manufacturer. It comes into a format of bulk, and then you divide it all down, deaggregation, right out to redistribute to the supply chain, right out to the point of dispense, the pharmacy. This is an example. I'm going to use this image to talk to the same. We call it drug verification and compliance. We have built this, we have it built over 4 years, completed, and what it does, it takes in all elements of data through the supply chain, including application of serialization, right through the supply chain from warehouse wholesalers, wholesale food distributors, shipping companies, even taking into account the vehicles and the technical capability of the vehicles that track the product or interact with the product. Healthcare clinician, doctors interacting with the patient, right through the pharmacy dispense, and individuals with clinical support and consultancy and so on and so forth. The data of the business intelligence, collecting that data for governmental and public industrial relations, right back through into the manufacturers themselves. Now, the EU directive does not include this. This is something we've built. Right? It's to hold this information. It's the opportunity to gather all this information. The EU directive for the false statement directive is solely for the serialization of a product right to the point of dispense. Okay? But all those touch points of that product going through, there's moments to capture that information in unique time and location. And it's critical that the industry in general starts looking at it. The directive is written in such a way that at the moment you can't do it, but the way you see it is going to evolve. And you'll see this information. It's going through the system in action, and it's going to be harvested. It's going to be taken, it's going to be analysed. Portalis has that capability. We've built it into our systems and into the companies that we work with, or the OEMs and the like. We've built it into the whole architecture. Now, as I said, everywhere there's now an unprecedented amount of data available in real-time location. And the product life cycle, from manufacturing right through to dispense and to the end user. While technology in many areas has evolved and people are companies starting to merge it together, government regulation, there's a lot of stopping points preventing this data from being accessed or used properly. It's something that if you take it outside of the pharmaceutical sector, into food and other areas, it's a lot more freedom that this information can be used. And we're seeing that opportunity. So you have serialization, track and trace capability on the horizontal, but also on the vertical. And we have clients in other sections, after discovering this in pharma, said, right, can you use this in our supply chain into the raw ingredients, back into food and the like? And we're finding it's really powerful information to feed back into production control and automation. It's a new sector, it's exciting what's happening, and everyone, it's affecting everyone in our lives all throughout the world, in all sorts of industries. And we should all start looking at it. We ask people to start asking simple questions. How can we benefit by application of serialization, even from individual packs to bulk form? Look at it, the technology has evolved, it's getting better and better and refined. Like anything that happens, it starts off a bit rough, and it all starts to iron out, and a lot of the systems are very mature. At the manufacturing level, it's very mature at the moment. At the upper level architecture, ERP, international systems, it's still a bit of a mix-up, but it will be ironed out. We have a deadline for the farm sector on the 9th of February 2019. It's closely coming at us very quickly. The US is a bit closer in 2017, and other areas are coming online. So it's real. It's going to be around us. Next time you go to the farm, after February 2019, you go to the doctor and get a prescription, you will have a pack with a 2D code on it. And you will have the ability on a mobile device or other forms that are coming along that you can interact with that pack. That information goes straight to your doctor. There's huge benefits for this. So, that's all I have for this morning. I'm running out of time, but if you need any questions or want to talk about Portalis or any individual serialization, both in the pharma sector or other sectors, feel free to give us a call. what we are. Thank you very much.